Hi, everyone. I'm with Craig Cannings today from FreelanceU.com, and I'm really excited to have him with us and sharing with us today. He's one of our 20 speakers next week at VA Virtuosos, our online summit, and I'm really excited. Craig speaks with us quite often, and he's a real big hit with the virtual assistant world. So a little bit about him. He is the co-founder of FreelanceU University. And if you guys recall, that used to be VAClassroom. And he's had the privilege of training thousands and thousands of VAs in over 70 countries since 2008. And I've been on that journey with him and watching him and all the courses and cool things he has to teach all the VAs, and really excited to talk with you today, Craig, and to have you speak with us. Tell us a little bit about your session.
Yeah, well, it's great to be back teaching at your summit. I think, I don't know if it was last year or the year before that I participated, but I know it's a big hit in the VA and freelance industry. And so I'm glad that we're able to share it with our community, because I know a lot of them are signing up and are excited about participating as well. So yeah, so it's interesting, Tanya, you and I have been at this a little while, just just a few short years, right? And I actually started freelancing in 2003. So this would be year 17 of like my experience in the freelance VA space. And it's interesting, over the last year, I've kind of come up with this, if you want to call it a construct or sort of a pathway, that I think freelancers need to go on in order to, or VAs to find their success and to find the right path. And it's really, I kind of tested the waters with some of our members with this sort of new system, and I was excited about it. And I thought I would introduce it to your audience as well. And it's just a framework for understanding the stage that you are currently at in your business and how to get unstuck from that stage. So often, so for example, one of the stages is called our exploration stage, where we are very much trying to figure out our niche, and we're trying to figure out what we want to do when we grow up and the services we want to offer. And we ping pong around a whole variety of things, and we never settle in on our niche, or we're constantly switching, which makes it hard to market our services when we're moving around and we're not even 100% confident in what we're wanting to deliver and what we should be doing. And so we kind of walk through these different stages in order to make ourselves marketable to the clients we want to reach. And so yeah, that's there's a lot more to come with that topic, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah, definitely. The 5 stages of the VA success journey is what Craig's going to be talking about. I'm excited for it. And speaking of which, I didn't even mention, you can get a free silver ticket using his link here and his coupon code in the chat area. So my VA's putting it in there, but
Awesome.
click on his link, and I think the code is Craig 100, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Craig 100. And I know some of our students have already taken advantage of that, which is awesome.
We've got lots of signups from FreelanceU, which is awesome. You're really going to love the summit, but especially you're going to get to listen to all these great, awesome speakers on how to find and retain clients. Craig, tell me a little bit about FreelanceU. I'd love to know more about that, because maybe some of the people in the audience right now don't know much about it yet.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it's an interesting time to work in this space right now. And you and I both know, we're in a crazy global pandemic, and yet I think we both talked. I mean, we're experiencing probably the greatest growth in both of our businesses, because there's such a movement towards people looking for opportunities that they can do from home, whether starting a virtual assistant business or becoming a writer or learning graphic design, because either they've been laid off from their jobs, or they have hit hard times and they need a side hustle, or they need something on the side. And so we're seeing this great movement, and it's cool to be a part of it right now, that we can, people can come to our university, and we are basically a Netflix style education model. So you can come either on a monthly or annual basis and access all our courses. And all of them are basically skill-based training to help you develop the skills you need to offer great services to clients. And so they could be in such areas as digital marketing, which I know you love, Tanya. And then, copywriting, online business management, virtual administration, webinars and virtual events. So the list goes on and on. And so when people come, they have an opportunity to test the waters in a variety of different tracks to see what niche or niche that they would like to focus on. And so we are open for enrollment right now. And this is an opportunity for you to sort of up level your skills as you move into the new year. Because I think right now a lot of our students are actually seeing sort of growth in their business. And that's kind of crazy given how we're seeing, the sort of economic downturns we're seeing in a lot of different industries. A lot of our students are saying, I just landed a new client, or I just, my client just expanded their retainer with me. And now I'm doing more work with them, but I had to learn email marketing because they needed me to manage their active campaign. And so they can come to our university to sharpen those skills so that they can go back to their clients and serve them well. And so that's a bit about what we're doing right now.
Yeah. And someone was just asking in our Facebook group, where can I learn some social media skills? I said, FreelanceU, go there.
Yeah.
You've got lots of stuff in there, from everything to learning even Facebook ads. I was surprised to see that one in there as well when I was in there the other day. So very cool. Excited to have you speak with us. Why did you even choose this topic? What was the...
Again, I think it's something that I've been thinking about for a long time, about how does somebody start, especially now where we're in this pandemic and people are needing to find work now. They're needing to find income now. So how can we take them through a pathway that would be their fastest route to actually landing a client, getting paid, and starting to grow their business? And as I started to kind of think about that framework, this sort of 5-step process came into play. And I thought this would be a perfect thing to teach at your summit, because people are looking for not a quick fix, but they're looking for a relatively fast pathway to start making money from home. And so this is sort of the framework that I put together to help them to do that. And so I'm really excited that I'm going to be able to share this. Only a few of our students have experienced this. And so this is something new, fresh from our mind, and kind of built on our 17 years of doing this kind of work and recognizing what does it into the model that we're going to teach. It's all about what does it take to actually build something successful and enduring, kind of what separates those people that are 1-year wonders, where they start their business and then they're like, no, this isn't for me, or it's not working, and they're done, versus those that you and I know that are on year 14, year 15, and they built something enduring. I think these 5 stages that I'm going to walk through have something to say about how do you build something lasting and meaningful and rewarding. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, there's so many people too that have just been dumped into their home right now too, because of everything that's going on. And it's like, what am I going to do? And I'm excited to hear, well, they should be excited to hear your presentation, not just me, because I've been doing this for 20 years. So I know how great it is to be a virtual assistant, but imagine if you can just get into it quicker, and get that first client really quickly, because that's what it's all about. We need to make money. We need to find clients. We need to make money working for clients. So
absolutely. Yeah. And I think there is a bit of people that are coming into our industry, there's a bit of a misconception thinking, well, the rest of the world economically, a lot of areas are struggling, unless you're Amazon, but a lot of businesses are struggling right now. And it's just the assumption that I'm going to come into this space and I'm going to struggle to find that client, because isn't everyone struggling? Well, the answer is no. I look at some of our students, give you an example, are specializing in course creation and management, because there's all these coaches and speakers that aren't going to conferences anymore. And now they're needing to package their knowledge into courses, but they don't know how to set up Thinkific or Teachable or Kajabi or different platforms. And so now some of our students are quickly learning that, and they're capitalizing on those opportunities. And so I'll talk a bit about that in my session, about some of those areas that I think you could capitalize on right now if you're looking to find clients. It's clients, sort of growth areas or in demand areas as well.
And Amazon may be suffering, Craig, because I didn't buy anything on Prime Day.
I know, shop local, right?
I was shopping local. But yeah, the thing I like about FreelanceU too is that there's so many different things in there. So you're always learning. And that is the key with everything changing. Like tomorrow, who knows? Facebook Live might not be there. Hopefully it is. But but you keep on top of all that, and you're teaching them email marketing, digital marketing, who knows what is coming up next that you're going to be teaching. Like I said about a big thing right now is Facebook ads, because everybody's trying to market online, and just learning that and taking that in your course is something that could be very valuable, a good service for them. But
Well, absolutely. And Facebook's one of those things that, I mean, it's a super frustrating platform because it always changes.
Yeah.
And for us, we're always coming out with new versions. In fact, this next month, we're rolling out a new Facebook specialist program because Facebook changed their interface and they've added all these new features. And there's tons of great business features that VAs can use, but they're buried in the midst of a new interface. And so we're having to teach them on how to use the new Facebook, the new iteration of Facebook. And so, but like we tell our students, that's an area that's not going away. If you specialize, if you really know how to help someone grow influence on Instagram and you can manage ads, like you are a commodity, like you have, your skill sets are very much in demand. And I love what, I think it's Marie Forleo said it years ago, and we use it often, but so I'll steal her quote, but she says, you got to keep learning to keep earning. And it's so true. And it's been the experience of so many of our students that if you stop learning, then you're left back here and technology's changed, innovations have happened, and pretty soon you're out of date with your clients and you're not offering them the best service you can. And so that's sort of been our mantra, is that people come to our university because they need to learn so that they can continue to earn and develop their business the way that they want. So thanks, Marie Forleo, for that one.
No, it's so true though. I'm always coaching the VAs, telling them, you got to work on your own business. Treat yourself like a client. You should be enrolled in something, always learning.
Yes.
And it's really important. And Craig's FreelanceU is ideal because there's so many different things in there, so many different directions you can go and learn new things. In your presentation, you're going to help them identify their current stage, right?
Yes.
And uncover a clear pathway to landing great clients. So that's what's so exciting about Craig's presentation. And I hope you guys will all be there. I see we've got some people in the audience. If you've got questions for Craig, ask him. I see there's lots of people here that love FreeU. There's Love Abbott.
Awesome.
Yeah, I see. Let's see. Oh, look at this one. Karen. She said, Tanya and Craig helped me realize my dream. You guys are amazing. So that's cool.
Nice. Hey, Karen.
Love it.
Thank you.
Great to see you, Sabrina, Karen. Yeah, if you guys have any questions for Craig, shoot them in here. We'll be monitoring this all day. So if you have any questions at all, just put them in there. But make sure you do come next week and see Craig. I think you're speaking the first day, Craig?
I think it's, I just know it's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday. Okay.
I have it on my calendar, so I'm looking forward to it. And again, I'm looking forward to, I think just the last thing I'd say about it is I think it's easy, and you and I know this well, Tanya, is that it's easy to get stuck in our business sometimes. And sometimes we don't even know why we're stuck and how we got there. And I think the session I'm going to teach is kind of show those sticking points. You may not even realize that you're at this current stage and you haven't been able to move forward because you kind of were unaware of where you were at in your business. So hopefully it'll bring a lot of awareness and some actionable steps that you can take to kind of move your business in exciting ways in 2021, which is hard to say. We're just like, how many, 2.5 months out from a new year, which I think many people are saying, yes, I'm ready to rip that calendar off to 2021 because this year has not been what we all expected. But
it's been good for the VA world.
It has. Very much so.
I feel like it has been because we're in such demand now for our skill sets and different things to work from home and help businesses.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and lots of people need help right now, so that's definitely a good thing. Let me think here, Craig. Do you have anything else you want to share with the group, like some advice or anything to do with getting started as a virtual assistant?
Yeah, I think, we're always big on discovering not just what you love to do, but discovering what you were meant to do. Like I think a lot of our students come to our university not always certain of their niche and what they want to offer. And once they find it, it's like this golden nugget. And you're like, this is, some of them may have come from careers that weren't entirely satisfying. And so when they finally arrive at something that they're meant to do and they're working with clients that they love, I mean, and being an entrepreneur, being your own boss, it suddenly becomes this new, I think, someone said that we helped her realize her dream. And a lot of that dream involves freedom, having the freedom to start to set your own schedule, to work with people you want to work with. And I think I never get tired of reading those stories of when people they found their groove and they found their niche. And so I think we're big on specializing, on finding your focus and even finding your people, your audience that you love to work with. It could be coaches, it could be realtors, it could be software developers, whoever it might be, but finding your people. And that doesn't mean you have to stay there, but it's good to have a focus, especially when it comes to marketing and how you position your present yourself. It's nice to know who you're trying to reach out to. So I would say, I mean, there's lots we could talk about starting a business, but figure out your niche, figure out your thing, and it will make your website design, your marketing, it'll make it all a bit easier if you know what you're supposed to be doing.
And if you don't know what that is, it's trial and error. I changed my niche tons of times, or niche, whatever we want to call it there, and tons of times over the years. And you just do what you love. And you may find, right, Craig, like you may, first of all, like doing social media and think that's your thing. And then all of a sudden you get stuck in Canva and you're doing some image marketing, and all of a sudden you're going that route. Next thing you know, you're doing sales funnels. And it just can blow up for you and be amazing. You never know where your niche is going to go either. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. And it's funny. I remember a student just recently shared with us that she loves using social media on a personal basis. And so she just assumed that would carry over in a business. And so she took our courses and she says, I really liked your courses, but I realized I hate social media marketing. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to take offense to that. I think she probably got something from the courses, but what she discovered was that she likes to use it for personal reasons, but doesn't want to manage social media for all these different types of clients. But you don't realize that until you go down the road a little bit and test the waters.
Mhm.
You'll always be surprised as to what you actually end up enjoying. So,
Yeah, I was a legal secretary for years. So I thought I'm going to work for lawyers and realtors. But as soon as I started doing that, no, that's not happening. And that's where I got into the internet marketing side of it, because that attracted me. And, you find out about stuff like that by going to FreelanceU and learning some of the different things that are out there, different ways you can go, which is kind of fun. I see Tammy and Faith are coming this week or next week to the summit. Don't forget, if you haven't got a ticket yet, wherever your chat area is, my VA's been putting in Craig's link and his coupon code to get a silver ticket for free. Although you'll want to, hey, Craig's got something in the swag bag you can tell us about, Craig, because you'll want to upgrade to the gold probably to get access to, there's like 1,700 premium training products in there. Craig, you've got something in there. Do you want to share with us what that is?
Yeah. So in another new course that we just developed, actually, it's called the Client Attraction System. And so it very much ties in with the theme of your summit. And again, it's just sort of a step-by-step process on how you can make your website, your social media, and your overall brand more attractive to clients, so that you're not repelling clients with your brand, but you're attracting people. And we got a process on how you go through that. And so that course is available for you for, I think it's, if you become a gold member, is that what the...
Yeah, they just have to get the recordings, which they're going to want with 20 speakers, right?
Absolutely. It's so cool that you're doing this, especially I love that you do it at this time of year, because I think it gives people a good sort of launching pad into the new year with all these new strategies. But I think when you and I started, there just wasn't anything like this. Like you really had to, it was all trial and error. You had to figure it out on your own. So it's nice that, in a span of a few days, you could listen to 20 different people tell you specific things on how they've been able to acquire clients using a whole gamut of strategies. And so to have that in your wheelhouse to use going into the new year is is something, and yeah, you want the replays because you'll want to refer back to it
Mm-hmm.
and revisit some of those things that kind of resonated with you.
Plus, if you get your gold ticket right now, you're going to be able to get into that swag and start that course of Craig's right away. Like it's in there right now. So you can, if you're excited for next week, you can already get started.
Most definitely.
Let me see if I've missed any questions. Someone asked about pricing, and that's how about I answer that in the Facebook group later. Really, I don't do lowball pricing. I have my price. I'm actually answering it. Here I am. This is my opinion about pricing is have your pricing set. I wouldn't lowball it at all. I mean, you got to make a certain amount of money to cover your overhead and everything. But what you can do is put a sale on and have it cheaper for 1 month or for 2 months or something, but always let them know that they're going to be paying full rate once that probationary period clicks in, and that gets your foot in the door, I guess. And then they'll see how great and wonderful you are, and then they are going to pay whatever you want them to pay if you're a really good virtual assistant. So that's my opinion on that.
It's been an interesting topic, Tanya. I don't know, because during COVID, a lot of people were saying, should I be discounting my pricing? Should I not raise my pricing because of the situation? And the reality is some industries are doing really well. And you know what? You still have to charge what you're worth. And that doesn't mean that you're taking advantage of people or anything like that, but you still have to. I think the problem with our students is often they don't charge what they're worth, and therefore they end up at a lower rate than what they should be. And then have to have that tough conversation with the client about saying, I need to be bumping it up based on my knowledge, skills, and experience. And so, so pricing is a topic we probably could talk about forever because it's always a challenge for freelancers and VAs.
And check the Facebook group, guys. I will maybe broach that topic here, just one-on-one with you later or something. I think I even talked about it this week already, but anyways, Coral, you've been a professional organizer. How is this different? Do you mean like you organize, like tidy up the offices or something, or organize? Is that what you mean?
I'm thinking of a reality TV show, or those reality.
That's where my head's going too.
TV shows.
Yeah,
declutter people.
It's a bit different. We're doing service-based, administrative, technical, creative services that we offer clients. That's what a virtual assistant freelancer does. Hope that answers that. Well, I don't see any other questions, Craig. So I'm just going to encourage you guys to all come next week and hear Craig speak and 19 other speakers on how to find clients and retain clients. Craig's going to be talking about, let me get this one right, the 5 stages of the VA success journey. So you won't want to miss it, especially if you're brand new to this and, are just investigating the VA world and things. You'll want to catch Craig's session because it'll be a good one for you. Thanks, Craig, so much. If you have anything else to say, share with us. But his coupon's in here to get a free ticket. Craig 100, click on his link and you'll get a free silver ticket to attend 20 hours of training next week.
Awesome. We're excited. And again, we're telling our community as well. And I think there's a lot that are excited to participate. It'll be a good week.
Yeah, no, it's going to be awesome. Well, thanks so much, Craig.
All right. Well, take care. We'll see you next week.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, take care.